We're rolling. I couldn't hear him.
I don't remember everything.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get it cracking, man. It's gonna be y'all teaching today. Probably fall down here. Yeah. Don't do that no more. That boy hit me with the quotation. You know who I mean? You all the way from here to the freeway. As he was miraculously. Oh, got it. There you know. I'm out of set. Come on, bear. Good? All minds clear? Deuteronomy chapter 6, At verse 4. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. Shema Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael.
Yahuwah Eloheinu.
Yahuwah Eloheinu.
Yahuwah Echad.
Yahuwah Echad.
Exodus or Shemot, chapter 20, and verse 3. We will have no other mighty ones.
We will have no other mighty ones
Against the Most High.
against the Most High.
We will not make any carved image.
We will not make any carved image
Or any likeness.
or any likeness
Of that which is in Shamayim above.
of that which is in Shamayim above,
Or which is in the earth beneath.
or which is in the earth beneath,
Or which is in the waters under the earth.
or which is in the waters under the earth.
We will not bow down to them.
We will not bow down to them,
Nor serve them.
nor serve them.
For Yahuwah our El
For Yahuwah
is
El
a jealous El,
is a jealous El,
visiting the wicked
visiting the wicked
of the fathers and the children.
of the fathers and the
To
children,
the third and fourth generation
of the third and fourth generation,
of those that hate him.
of those that hate him,
But showing kindness
but showing
to
kindness
thousands of
to
those
thousands of those
who love him
who love him
and keep his commandments.
and keep his commandments.
We will not bring the name
We will not bring the name
Yahuwah our El
Yahuwah
in vain.
in vain.
For Yahuwah
For Yahuwah
will not leave us unpunished.
will not leave us unpunished.
Who brings his name in vain.
Bring his name in vain.
We will remember the Shabbat day.
We will remember the Shabbat
To
day,
keep it Kodesh.
to keep it Kodesh.
6 days we will labor
6 days we will labor
and do all our work.
and do all our
But
work.
the seventh day
But the seventh day
is the Shabbat.
is the Shabbat.
Yahuwah our El.
Yahuwah
On 6 days,
We're in 6 days.
Yahuwah made Shamayim
Yahuwah made Shamayim
and the earth
and the earth
and the sea
and the sea
and all that is in them.
and all that is in them,
And rest the seventh day.
and rest the seventh day.
Therefore, Yahuwah barak the Shabbat day.
Therefore, Yahuwah brought Shabbat day.
We will respect our fathers
We will respect our father
and our mothers,
and our
so
mothers,
that our days are long
so that our days are long
upon the earth.
upon the
We
earth.
will not murder.
We will not
We
murder.
will not commit adultery.
We will not commit adultery.
We will not steal.
We will not
We
steal.
will not bear false witness
We will not bear false witness
against our neighbor.
against our
We
neighbor.
will not covet
We will not covet
anything
anything
that is our neighbor.
that is our neighbor. Father Yah, we come before you, Father, asking, Father, to incline your ear unto our petition, Father, and accept our prayer, Father, that you will look upon us, Father, remove anything that is unlike you, Father. Allow your Ruach, Father, to be with us on this day, Father. Allow understanding to proceed forth out of the mouth of the speaker, Father. We pray that utterance be given according to your Ruach, Father, that understanding be given according to your Ruach, Father, that we all may be doers of your word, Father. Father, we pray and ask, Father, that you would bind us by the words of our mouth, Father, that we would be obedient to your commandments, Father, and we will be diligent to walk this out on a daily basis, Father. We pray ultimately, Father, that you would just continue to walk with us daily, Father. We pray for anybody who is still in transit, that you would allow them to make it here safely. We give thanks for every soul in attendance today, Father. We ask that you would continue to open up the hearts and minds of your people and impart wisdom upon each and every one of them. All these things we pray and ask. Bashem Yehuwah, wa Mikaya, Hoshua, Hamashiach, wa Ruach HaKodesh, so be it.
So be it. Shabbat Shalom. I'll let everybody settle in. Hey, Diamond. Some water.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, look, you got a screen. You can see most of it. All right, y'all. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. All right. You got any visitors in the building? We want to acknowledge you. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your feet. It's your first time visiting. Not? You know what I'm saying? We keep it moving. Second time? Yeah, you good then, man. No visitors? We're going to keep it moving. For the last 3 weeks? Last 3 weeks, we've been, or 2 weeks. Right. Last 2 weeks, we've been doing what we entitled is the black woman is God. Really? Right? So the title is condescending, of course. Anybody who's been here or been in attendance, been listening, can give us a little, you know, and speed us up on what we've been dealing with the last couple of weeks. Everybody hear me now? Better? Anybody bring us up to speed on what we've been dealing with?
Some stuff from last week, talking about a woman being humble and what the characteristics are. Some things brought out as Proverbs 31 and Proverbs 28.
Proverbs 20. I believe. I think it was Proverbs 20 and 6. We went and dealt with how the counter to the virtuous woman. Somebody grab that right quick. So you know how Proverbs 31, brothers jump to Proverbs 31 and say, well, who can find a virtuous woman? Right? And a lot of brothers use that, you know what I'm saying, and measure up women according to Proverbs 31. But the counter to that is, with this Proverbs 31 woman, it's also got to be this type of man. Read that out.
Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 6. Most men will proclaim everyone his own goodness.
So a lot of men proclaim their own goodness. I'm a good man, right? I'm a righteous man. You know, we did the little tester and asked, and a lot of brothers raised their hands, right? But then the question comes right behind it and say this.
But a faithful man, who can find?
But a faithful man, right? A just man, who can find? Same thing as the Proverbs 31, right? So we dealt with that a little bit. Went over the role of the man, but this 3-part series really has been to deal with our woman in their role, and not only the household and amongst the congregation, and just in our walk period, and not to demean our women and make them feel like they nothing, because that's what goes on a lot in our community. So we went through and we've been searching through and showing how our women actually hold a very, very high regard in the scriptures. But like we said last week, with much power comes what? Much responsibility. So everybody got to act accordingly. If you think about it, on this earth, it's only male and female, whether it's animal, person, insect, whatever it is. It's always male and female, man and woman, right? So the man won't be able to sustain himself in life, period, without who? A woman, and vice versa. So we're not supposed to treat our women with a low regard, right? So that was the first 2 parts. If you haven't seen them, it was real powerful. Go back, check them joints out. We were uplifting our women in those first 2, just to show them all throughout the scriptures. Our women wasn't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? There's a standard that's set for our women. And it's not just anything. So with us building our women up for the first 2 lessons, what come next? What we got to address now? Huh? No, not build the men. Now it's time to address the father. It's time to address some of the mess. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you can't have all good, right? We just talk about the good in the women and building them up the whole time. There's gonna be this sense of I can't do no wrong. When some of the stuff that you're doing right now is a part of that wrong. Right? So, now we got the backdrop. I got a question. What is the fall of a powerful woman? Or one of the causes to a fall of a powerful woman? Pride. What else? A wicked husband. And what we seen with Abigail, right? We dealt with Abigail last week. So we showed that difference. Even if you got a wicked husband, it's up to you to remain righteous, right? She want to do what? She want to be in his place. Okay. What else? I'm looking for one in particular.
Vanity.
Say it again.
Vanity.
A little louder.
Vanity.
Vanity. Right? It was brought to my attention that it's something that we need to address, so we're going to address it. What, in your definition, is vanity? Emptiness, right? That's blanket. Give me some. Yeah, give me some specific. Some unnecessary. Without regard.
Consumed with outer appearance.
Consumed with what?
Outer appearance.
Consumed with outer appearance. That's a big one. What else? Basically, that's it. They're consumed with outer appearance. Or conceited. Irrelevant stuff. Irrelevant stuff. Now, this is not a sister bashing session. We ain't gonna get into that, right? But we still got to deal with it, right? What was the greatest woman mentioned in the scripture? The greatest woman mentioned in the scripture.
Her words are just saying.
Her, period. I know we saw. Bible scholars, raise your hand. I want to see you. Let me see you. What you say? Eve? Nope. She did. Deborah? Nope. That said Ruth? Nope. Jezebel? Nope. Who said Rachel? That was good, but nope. Leah? That's another good one, but nope. Come on, man.
Esther? Who was the
Esther?
Who was the great man? Mary?
Who said Mary?
Yeah.
Who said, you said Mary?
Yeah.
Nope. Say it again. Y'all ready? Yeah. Greatest woman mentioned in the scriptures. We'll give up.
Never give up.
Give up. I need to show hands if I'm going to tell the answer.
Y'all give up?
They gave up.
The greatest woman mentioned in the Bible is Israel.
Loaded equipment.
It was loaded? No, it couldn't be loaded. Can't be loaded.
Gotcha.
Right? Anybody know why? Because that's who he chose. What greater woman is going to be than that? Right? So, what he said, so what was her downfall? Vanity.
Disobedience.
That went into it. But vanity was her greatest downfall. And we're going to actually go into that. Right? But before we get into that, I don't know if y'all noticed, like in these last couple lessons, we've been going through and picking apart Proverbs 31 as we do the lesson. So pick it up at Proverbs 31 and verse 25.
The book of Proverbs.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me read this definition that it gave in the dictionary. Now in the Strong's it says that vanity is emptiness, right? Like the brother mentioned back there, right? Let's look at what it says here. It says excessive pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. Excessive pride in in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements, right? Vanity. Y'all agree with that? Proverbs 31, 25. What you got?
Nothing.
Emptiness, nothing. Right?
This is speech. Lies, worthless.
So when Solomon came in, he was dropping his jewels on vanity. He was talking about all of his achievements, his wisdom. He was talking about everything that he had. And what did he say behind a lot of that stuff? It was all vanity and what else?
Vexation of spirit.
Vexation of the Ruach. Now the Ruach was sent to us to do what?
Cause us to remember.
Cause us to remember and do what? What you say? And to comfort us, right? So how do you think it feels for the Most High to have given us a Ruach and we vex it? He gave it to us for comfort. He gave it to us for remembrance. And we vex it with the things that we do. Right? Let's keep that in your mind as we walk through this thing. So before we deal with that in its entirety, we're going to walk down Proverbs 31 from verse 25 so we can finish this thing on out. Then we're going to jump into it. We ain't going to hit too many scriptures on it because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. A lot of these are self-explanatory. Proverbs 31, verse 25.
So verse 31, verse 25. Strength and honor are her clothing.
It said what now?
Strength and honor are her clothing.
Again, this is that virtuous woman, right? Strength and honor is her clothing. What does this mean? Outside appearance? You sure? How you put on honor? How you put on honor? Oh, let me grab some honor out of the closet today. No.
You care about your actions, how you act.
Your actions, how you act. Right? So it says strength and honor is her clothing. Give me Exodus 15 and 2.
Exodus chapter 15 and verse 2. Yahuwah is my strength.
Yahuwah is my what?
Is my strength.
Yahuwah is my strength. So if he says strength and honor is the clothing, what did she do with Yahuwah? Put him on. That's what a virtuous woman do. Right? Before you knock the door, you say, am I wearing Yahuwah today? Am I inside of Yahuwah today? Right? Read.
Yahuwah is my strength and song. He has become my salvation. He is my Elohim. He is my El. And I will prepare him a habitation. My father's Elohim, and I will exalt him.
He said, my father's what?
My father's Elohim, and I will exalt him.
I will exalt him. So this Proverbs 31 woman says that Yah is her strength. She put him on. Read Ephesians 5:11. Like we mentioned last week, Proverbs 31 is sort of like a G check for women, right? A goal to get to. The whole Bible itself is a G check for the man. Something for you to aspire to be, right? Ephesians 5:11.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
So if Yah is your strength, if Yah is your honor, you put them on, you can't fellowship with darkness, right? Now, how many of y'all got that girlfriend you go talk mess to? You go and gossip and do all type of stuff that you know is against what you believe in. I'm not saying y'all in here do, right? But it happened. Read.
But rather reprove them.
But rather do what?
But rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
It is a what now?
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Ephesians 6:11. Strength and honor is her clothes.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11.
Yeah.
Put on the whole armor of Elohim.
Do what now?
Put on the whole armor of Elohim.
That's what we all should be doing. But it specifically said in Proverbs 31 that that's what this woman is doing, right? She's putting on strength. She's putting on honor. Strength and honor is Yahuwah. Read.
That you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The what?
Against the wiles of the devil.
Right? The lies of the devil, the deceit. Right? Let's go back to Proverbs 31. Like I said, we ain't going to spend a lot of time on this stuff. Verse 25 again.
Proverbs 31 and 25. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come.
So, if strength and honor, which is who? Which is who? Which is Yah. It's her clothing. She put on the whole armor of the Most High. It says that she going to what now?
And she shall rejoice in time to come.
Why she going to rejoice in the time to come? What will make her rejoice in the time to come?
Everlasting life.
Everlasting life? What else? Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6. If you clothe with the Father, what are you worried about? If.
Yeshayahu chapter 33 and verse 6.
Yeah.
For the vile person will speak that villainy, and his heart will work iniquity. Oh, my bad. 33. Yeshayahu chapter 33 and verse 6.
Yeah.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time.
And she says she's going to rejoice in the time to come. That means she got to hold this, right? She got to have wisdom and knowledge, right? Read.
And strength of salvation, the fear of Yahuwah is his treasure.
So we got to understand that this Proverbs 31 woman not only go and cook and clean, make sure her household is straight, hustle, right? Buy property, do all of this different type of stuff that men right now will tell you that a woman shouldn't do. Not only do she do that, but she's clothed with the strength and the honor of the Most High. She got on the whole armor of the Most High. She ain't leaving the house without the Most High with her. Her thoughts are geared towards the Most High. Her actions are geared towards the Most High. Right? Proverbs 31, verse 26.
Miss Chalet, 31 and 26. She opens her mouth with wisdom.
She do what now?
She opens her mouth with wisdom.
Now, do that mean she talk? She talking yet? Hold on, read. She opened her mouth with wisdom.
She opens her mouth with wisdom. And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Now, what do it mean she opened her mouth with wisdom?
Speaking.
Say that one more time, right?
She's speaking when she's supposed to.
Right? She don't just be flabbering off at the mouth. She don't just let it go. Right? What did we find out wisdom was? Wisdom go back to the law, right? Right. So when we talking about this woman opening her mouth with wisdom, she know when it's time to speak. They go the same for a man. That's not no disrespect to a woman. But every word don't have to be said. Every thought don't have to come out of your mouth. Make sense? You got to pick and choose when you talk. I was told by a good brother of mine, who remain nameless. He says, the less you talk, the more people will pay attention to what you say. Right? If there's an abundance of you speaking, if you just always got something to say about something, a lot of times people will drown you out. Because I'm just used to you talking. That's how it happens. You never listen to me. Right? Pick and choose. Right? Make when you say something mean something. Don't just go off at the mouth. It's a brother that I know right now that hardly has anything to say about anything. But whenever this brother speaks, all eyes is on him. A couple brothers I know like that. Right? Because they don't just do this all day long. So sisters, this is a part of this Proverbs 31 package. Right? It's not a disrespect to you. It's just for you to take heed and say, you know what? That makes sense. Read on.
Verse 27.
No, same verse.
Okay. Verse 26. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
What is that? What that mean? What is the law of kindness? Is it a such thing? Is it real? Is it an allegory? What is it talking about? Somebody? Nothing? Read it again.
Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom.
So she pick and choose what she says. Right? Read on.
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
And when she speaks, guess what she's speaking of? The law. Her mouth don't run off that stuff that goes against Torah. When she speaks, she's speaking according to the law. Right? How many women can say that they do that? Not around here gossiping and this sister said this. This brother act like this. This is like this. And this. It says that out of her lips, the law of kindness. Right? She pick and choose what she say. On top of her picking and choosing what she say, she speak according to this. Our women not supposed to be women that don't know nothing. Oh, woman, you don't know what you're talking about in that Bible? Women ain't supposed to do this. Women ain't supposed to do that. You're supposed to read your Bible. Know when to speak, when not to speak, what to say, what not to say. Are you saying something that goes according to the law? Right? We mentioned this before. You watch your little TV shows, your reality shows, right? Man, homegirl just cheated on this brother and that brother. And then what you say? He desired it because he was acting like this and that. You know what you just did? What you just do? If you agree with a woman cheating on her husband because he did A, B, C, and D, what did you just do? You just condoned it. Right? So when you condone sin, don't you reap some of those, or supposed to reap some of those consequences? Be careful of the conversation that you keep. Right? I know a lot of y'all do it. I argue with my moms and my wife a lot. Right? Watching them shows. Oh, well, he shouldn't have did this, so she should have. Right?
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. I'm glad she did what she did. Ain't nobody looking at what he did. I know y'all watch Power. Right? But you can't speak against the law. You pick and choose what you say, and when you speak, it has to be according to the law. Let's hit the next one.
Verse 27. She looks well to the ways of her household and eats not the bread of idleness.
All right, I need a sister to tell me what this means. Read that one more time.
She looks well to the ways of her household and eats not the bread of idleness.
I need a sister. I need a sister to tell me what that means right there. She do what now? She take care of her home. That's part one. What does taking care of the home include? She don't put herself first, right? I can't really hear. What does it mean to take care of the home? Not putting herself first, which is automatic. What else? Nothing else? How many women in here take care of their household? Care for her husband?
Not about food.
Doing y'all's work? I'm saying, how many women are in here that are married to take care of their household? Okay, so what does this include? What does it mean to take care of your household? Hold on. Let me say this. This is help. We're gonna help y'all help us. Right? This whole thing is geared towards women. It's to be completely honest, right? And speak up. Because this is something that you might have to say and somebody else don't know. Right? Don't hold it back. Don't be shy. Speak on it. Right? So I'm gonna ask again, what does it mean to take care of your household? Nurture, cater, provide, assist, to love, raise them up, raise the kids up. Okay. What else? Some more than just that. Huh? Do the will of the Father? Yeah, but what else? We're talking about household. Household. What you do in your house? Cook, clean, take care of the kids, the whole. That's what I'm looking for, right? I can't hear you. Listen, if I asked y'all what happened on the last episode of Power, I would hear, yeah, see what happened was, and they leaked them last couple episodes, and I would actually hear it. I can hear y'all talk. I need to hear it. Right?
No, these meek women in here.
They meet women?
They ain't loud.
Okay. All right. Okay, so cook, clean, right? Then it says, what else it says on the bottom of that verse?
And she eats not the bread of idleness.
She eats not the bread of idleness. What does this mean?
She's not lazy.
She worried about her home. True. But when they say eat not the bread of idleness, what does that mean? What is idleness? She stay busy, right? Sister Wanda just said it, right? Meaning when she around the house, she ain't just like, man, I'll do that tomorrow. Right? She stay busy in her home because her home stay busy. Right? Anybody got kids, more than one kid, a husband, whatever? You know your home stay busy. You just cleaned the living room up 20 minutes ago. There's some chips on the floor now. All right. Well, I know y'all are here. Y'all eat right. There's some strawberries and some grapes on the floor. You know what I'm saying? There's some spinach out there. You know what I'm saying? Like some spinach out there. But she stay busy. She's not just complacent, right? A lot of women haven't been brought up in that way, especially a lot of the younger women growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say, but they're not taught how our older generation was taught. That's why the book tells the older women to teach the younger, right? Show them what they're supposed to do. All right? Read on.
Verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Her children arise up and do what now?
And call her blessed.
Her children rise up and they call her blessed. Right? Because they taking care of the home. Read on.
Her husband also, and he praises her.
Her husband do what now?
Her husband praises her.
There you go, sisters. You got one. He's supposed to praise you. Worship the ground you walk on. So when you get home, you tell him, yeah, you ain't praising me right. Is that how that go? Is that how that go? Nah. If you doing everything else that it mentioned before that, your husband don't have no choice but to boast about his wife, because that's what it's talking about right there when it say praise. He boasts on me. Man, my wife do this, my wife do that. Man, I don't know what I'll do without my wife. How many of y'all brothers been able to say that? Don't raise your hand if you How many of y'all brothers say, man, I love my wife. I don't know what I'll do without my wife. Right? How many of y'all feel like that? Everybody in here, right? Make sure you raise your hand on camera. All right? Greg raised his hand too. All right? So, but in order for you to get that praise or for your husband to boast about you, you got to do things that are conducive to that type of affection. Right? Do it. It's a give and take. Right? Matter of fact, get Psalms 107. Psalms 107 right quick. Let's see something. How many of y'all look on Facebook? You ain't got to raise your hand. I mean, if you want to be honest, you can be honest. Right? How many of y'all sisters go on Facebook and Twitter and I don't know, just watch TV? And you say, well, my husband don't talk about me like that. Well, my husband don't buy me flowers every week. When the last time we've been to the movies and you kissed me in the movie? How many of y'all done did that? Right? Whether you said it out loud or you thought it. Right? Can I ask why? Why do y'all, what makes you say that? When you look at somebody else and be honest. When you look at somebody else and you see them post on Facebook that them and their wife or you know, they significant other, they walking around hand in hand, skipping, running through the water, right? Why do you do that? What makes you do that? Hey, what causes one to do that? I need like the truth. Say it again. That's what they want. That's what she want. Okay. How many agree with that? All right. What else? That's, so that's because that's what you want, right? Right? Now, we ain't gonna get into all that. Get Psalms 107. We gonna use the scriptures first. Then we jump into the other stuff. All right? Now, did you want this before you seen it? But when you see somebody else do it, you like, man, I gotta have that. Why you don't do that for me? He sent her flowers to the job. Psalms 107. He started at verse 1.
Psalms 107 and verse 1. Oh, give thanks unto Yahuwah, for he is good, for his mercy endures forever.
We give thanks to the Most High. All the time, for everything. That's initial. Go ahead.
Let the redeemed of Yah say so, whom he has redeemed from the hand of the enemy.
Hold on. That's not where I want to go. One moment. Give me 1 second. Psalms 10 and 7. I'm sorry. Psalms 10. We're going to start at verse 1. It is 107. It wasn't. Yeah. No, Psalms 10. Not 107. Psalms 10.
Start at verse 1.
Start at verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 1. Why stand you afar off, O Yah? Why hide you yourself in times of trouble?
Drop down to verse 7. We'll come back to verse 1.
Verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Hey, hold on. All right, we're gonna come back to that. I can't find it at the moment. Go to Ezekiel 16. Now, when you're thinking about these things that the other people are doing, and you see them holding hands and skipping through the water, right? And you say, man, I want that. Do you ever consider that it might just be a show? Do you ever consider when you see this that I just talked to the brother that was just skipping with his wife, and he said, I can't stand her. She making me do this, and oh my goodness. Do you ever think that? Or do you say, well, look, he happy. He's skipping with his woman. Why you don't go skipping with me? Do you like that whole the grass is greener on the other side type of deal, right? Do you ever consider that the grass is artificial? Your grass is organic. It might be a little yellow, but it's organic, right? Ezekiel 16, let's see something. 16 and start at verse 6.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16 and verse 6. And when I passed by you and saw you polluted in your own blood, I said unto you, when you were in your blood, live. Yea, I said unto you, when you are in your blood, live. I have caused you to multiply as the bud of the field, and you have increased and waxed great, and you are come to excellent ornaments. Your breasts are fashioned, and your hair is grown, whereas you were naked and bare.
So he done gave this woman all of this stuff, right? What happens if the woman say, well, I know you done did all this, but you didn't go skipping with me in the field. See, you don't love me like he loved her, because if you did, you would hold my hand and skip through the field with me. Have that thought crossed your mind? You must not love me like he loved his wife. Or he don't love me that much because we ain't went on a date in 10 years. That's a long time. I probably start to think the same thing. I might take that back. Yeah. But you understand what I'm saying, though? Do it start to make you think something different about your husband when you see these people on social media or TV doing all of this different type of stuff, and your husband don't do it for you? Because the children of Israel did it to the Most High. Read verse 8. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. Then washed I you with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away your blood from you, and I anointed you with oil. I clothed you also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded you about with fine linen, and covered you with silk. I decked you also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon your hands, and a chain on your neck, and I put a jewel on your forehead, and earrings in your ears, and a beautiful crown upon your head. Thus were you decked with gold and silver, and your raiment was of fine linen and silk embroidered work.
Now, the Most High did all this for the children of Israel, right? For his woman, Yisrael, right? He led them out of captivity. He kept them together, kept them looking fresh, kept them eating something, right? What's the first thing they do? Man, well, one of the first things, man, we need a king, man. Oh, we ain't got no king over us. Why did they say why we don't put a king over us? Because the other nations was doing it. They was on social media, and they seen the other nations with a king. And you know what they said? Why you don't give us a king? Because that's what they wanted, right? Or is it just because of what they saw? It's because of what they saw. Now, perception is made reality. That's why they call it reality TV. When you look at this stuff and you think that it's completely real, and you start to argue with your husband and wife, about the stuff you see on TV, when all of it is a
act.
It's act. It's a camera behind the scene. That's vanity. Do y'all realize that they actually give these people boyfriends and girlfriends and all that different type of stuff before the show starts? And you be thinking, well, how is such and such in there with such and such? Because they made that happen. That wasn't organic. Their grass is artificial. So the children of Israel did the same thing to the Most High. But now when we look at this stuff, we make it seem like it's completely organic. Beforehand, I wasn't holding hands and skipping with you through the field. But now you want it because it's something that you see. How can you focus on what you need to be focused on if you're always paying attention to what somebody else doing? A virtuous woman say that she about her household. I ain't got time to be looking at what you're doing over there. Because guess what my husband do? He bring home the bacon. Turkey bacon, that is. Beef bacon, whichever one. Right? Veggie bacon. That sounds real nasty, right? I'm going to try it. Right. He bring home the bacon. Right? Like one of the brothers said, if it's a robber that come to the crib at night, are you jumping up to go and see? Wives, are you jumping up and you going to grab the gun or the bat and you say, who was that? Are you doing that? What's the first thing you do when you hear that?
You know, go see what you hear that.
You heard that? Go see what that is. He might be just as scared as you. But guess what he got to go do? He got to go see. They don't put that on TV though. That's not what's made mainstream. Man, my husband take care of the house so much. He heard shooting, and he got up and he went to go see what, you know what I'm saying? Somebody broke into the house and he went and got him. They don't push that stuff. That's too normal. I'd rather sell you a dream. Proverbs chapter 31 again, that same verse.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 28. Her children arise up and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her.
Yeah. Next verse.
Verse 29. Many daughters have done virtuously.
Many daughters have what?
Have done virtuously.
Many daughters done did virtuously. But what?
But you excel them all.
But you do what?
Excel them all.
But you excel them all. Let's see how that happens. Get Amos 3 and 2. The people of Gideon, right? Were they good people? Gideon and his people, was they good people? They was good people, right? Helped us fight the whole nine. They were allies to us. But were they chosen? No. Amos 3 and 2.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Ladies, you were chosen by your husband. I mean, I don't know. Some of the stories conflict. You know what I'm saying? But you were chosen by your husband to be his wife. How many other women is it in the world? How many other women is it on your block? How many other women is it in your job? You was the one chosen by your husband. Right? It could have been plenty other ones, but he chose you. That means something. And if it don't mean something, then you got a bigger problem than just being a virtuous woman. Right? Psalms 147, verse 19.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He shows his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation.
This is all for Israel. He ain't did this with no other nation. So you got a husband that chose you and is devoting his time, his energy, his effort into you. There's nothing else that we're supposed to be talking about. That means that it's your obligation to do what's conducive to have a successful marriage. That's your obligation. Right? We shouldn't be arguing and bickering about whether I got to clean up the house or I got to do this, I got to do that. The book tells you what's supposed to go down. So let's follow suit. Let's jump into where we came from. Proverbs 31 and verse 30.
Proverbs 31 and 30. Favor is deceitful.
What is?
Favor is deceitful.
Favor is deceitful, and what else?
And beauty is vain.
Beauty is what?
Beauty is vain.
Beauty is a sin.
Beauty is vain.
Beauty ain't supposed to be.
Beauty is vain.
Beauty is vain. Can somebody look up in the Strong's what that vain is? What is it? It's worthless. It's what? Anybody got it?
That fake breath. And
It's vanity. Empty. Same thing as we read about before, right? So, how many of you get so wrapped up in your own beauty that you neglect everything else that's going on in your crib? You so worried about how you look that you don't deal with the dishes is dirty in there, right? Well, we got to be somewhere in 3 hours. I'm getting ready right now. And at 3 hours and 1 minute, you still getting dressed. The house is a wreck, right? But what you worried about is your beauty. So, the example that we got for that is who? Israel. Let's go back to Ezekiel 16. So the Most High decked her out. She flowing with jewels, the whole nine, everything he done did for her, right? Verse 13.
Ezekiel 16 and 13. Thus was you decked with gold and silver, and your raiment was of fine linen and silk embroidered work. You did eat fine flour and honey and oil, and you were exceeding beautiful.
You were what?
Exceeding beautiful.
Now, there's nothing wrong with being beautiful. There's nothing wrong with looking beautiful. There's nothing wrong with preparing yourself to be beautiful. I'm not saying that. But what's the reason after he said all of this, you was exceeding beautiful? What else he say? You did what?
And you were exceeding beautiful, and you did prosper into a kingdom.
So he done said all of this. Why would he jump over there in Proverbs 31 and say that beauty is vain? Thank you, Brian. Where you got your beauty going on your head? Why do you think he'd say that?
Maybe your beauty is more important than the word of God. Maybe your beauty is more important than the word of God, or practicing the word of God.
Could be.
Routines of the word of God.
Could be. What else? She didn't think it was good enough, so she tried to be more beautiful. Could be. That could be. But when he says that this beauty is vain, what is he actually saying? Trying to help you? No, not that. You said something to say, Mom? Pop? Seeking attention?
Real beauty on the inside.
Now, again, Ezekiel 16, when the Most High decked this woman out, got her looking fly with all the jewels, the whole nine. What's this going to cause attention? Yeah. Read verse 14.
Verse 14. And your name went forth among the heathen for your beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon you, says Yahuwah Elohim.
Now, again, if the name went forth because of the beauty, that means that her looking the way she looked traveled. Man, that is a fine woman. Right? Her husband decked her out. So what is the issue when it's saying that beauty is vain? What does that mean? Read what you got for that that definition for that vein. Now, how long, brothers? How long do your women spend time in the mirror? Ever? Anybody else got anything less than ever?
Yeah, I got that.
So the brother took the foe off of it. You ain't got no comment? Anybody else? Take a long time. It might not be forever. Take a while. Brothers ain't trying to get in trouble today.
Back in the day.
How long are you in your 20s? How long? 10 years. How long? It's 10 years. How long are you in your 30s? How long are you in your 40s? 50s? 60s? 70s? 80s? 90s? 100? All 10 years, right? How many look the way that they look at 90 that they did at 20? How many look at 30 how they looked at 20? None, right? So, yeah, it's an exception. I mean, Quab still look like he, right? But after you spend all that time in the mirror, after you spend those countless days getting yourself together, what happens at the end of the night? It all come off. It don't last. It don't last. It's as quick as you make yourself up, when you go outside and it's raining, all right? It don't last. What's that black stuff on? Read what you got in verse. This is Ezekiel 16. Read what you got at verse 15.
Ezekiel 16 and 15. But you did trust in your own beauty.
Now he tells us in Proverbs chapter 3 to trust in who? Trust in him. He said, but you trusted in your own beauty. Exactly. You trusted in your own beauty that you gave yourself. Right? Oh, the beauty that he gave you. The beauty that the Most High put on the children of Israel. Not the one she did herself. Not her going and trying to make this, that, and make this look like this. And again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but it's about what you're doing and what you causing yourself to think. Now what you think is, if I don't have makeup when I leave the house, I don't look right. If I'm not wearing this, or if I ain't got my eyeshadow on, or if I ain't got, I'm not this, I'm not that. Because the stuff that you give yourself go away like that. But the beauty that he put on you is what? Everlasting. Read verse 15.
But you did trust in your own beauty.
In your what?
In your own beauty.
In your own beauty. And what else?
And played the harlot because of your name.
Because you made a name out here that I made for you, you trusted in your own beauty now. Now you making yourself up and you think you look good now. And what else you do?
And poured out your fornications on everyone that passed by. His it was. And of your garments you did take and decked the high places with diverse colors and played the harlot thereupon.
So you tried to mimic what I did to you, and you did it with these high places. Right? That beauty lasts for a second if you're doing it to yourself. But if you a Proverbs 31 woman and you putting on Yah, it ain't going nowhere. It said that your husband is known in his gates. Your husband praise you and boast about you. Not from you worried about what you look like in the mirror. That stuff all on the outside. Read what you got in that, what was that, Job? Job what?
Job 7 and 16.
Job 7 and 16. Now it says, beauty is vain. Let's see what this says in Job 7 and 16. Start at 15.
Job 7 and 15. So that my soul chooses strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live always. Let me alone, for my days are vanity.
What?
Are vanity.
That's it. It said, for my days are vanity. What do that vanity mean? The same as the vain, right? Vapor. My days go like this. Right? Just like your life. It goes just like this. It's in every man to die one time. How old are you right now? How old are you? 31, right? Do it seem like it happened like that? Dang, I'm 31 already. Right? Your days move like this. So do what you make yourself up as, what you build yourself up as and make yourself, I'm beautiful because of this. I leave out the house without my earrings on. Oh, I look ugly. I got my earrings on. Right? That's not beauty. That's vanity. You can't sustain a household worried about how you look 24/7. Women go on social media and they go on the TV. Oh, man, that girl got the bundles in her head. You know what you going to do? You go and get the bundles. Why? It's not because you wanted it before, but because you've seen somebody else with it.
She got 300 likes.
Indeed. Right? Being a virtuous woman is about more than just looking the part. It's actually doing it. Get 2 Kings chapter 17. Then we'll finish in a minute. 2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 7.
The book of 2 Kings, chapter 17 and verse 7.
Verse 8.
Verse 8. And walked in the statutes of the heathen.
And they did what?
Walked in the statutes of the heathen.
The children of Israel. The greatest woman known in the Bible. It said they walked in the what now?
In the statutes of the heathen.
After they've been decked out. After their name went far because of what Yah put on it. They start to walk in the statutes of the heathen. Read.
Whom Yahuwah cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against Yahuwah the Elohim, and they built them high places in their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set them up images and groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And there they burned incense and in all the high places, as did the heathen whom Yahuwah carried away before them.
What's the pattern? Not the fact that they just doing this stuff, but they doing it because this is something that they see. Something that they looking at somebody else and saying, oh man, I want to do that. Deuteronomy 32 and 8. But because they don't promote on TV a woman who cleans her house, take care of her family, the whole nine, get in the trenches, you don't want to do that. You want to be a businesswoman that don't got time for her family. There's nothing wrong with being a businesswoman. Don't get me twisted. But you ain't got time for your family. You don't have time to take care of your husband. You don't have time to take care of your kids and bring them up according to Torah. You don't have time for none of that. But you want what you see on TV. Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Devarim, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For Yahuwah's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert. He found him in a desert land, and in the waste, howling wilderness.
Same thing he was speaking about in Ezekiel 16. Read.
He led him about. He instructed him. He kept him as the apple of his eye.
Yeah.
As an eagle stirs up her nest, flutters over her young, spreads abroad her wings, takes them, bears them on her wings. So Yahuwah alone did lead him, and there was no strange El among them. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields. And he made him to suck honey out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock, butter of kine, and milk of sheep, with fat of lambs and rams of the breeds of Bashan.
Verse 15. So he did all of this again, like you mentioned in Ezekiel 16. And what happened?
Verse 15. But Yeshurun waxed fat.
Yeshurun was another name for Israel in this sense that he gave, right? He said he did what now?
But Yeshurun waxed fat, and kicked. You are waxed fat, and are grown thick, and are covered with fatness. And he forsook El, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. That's too big.
Anyway, when you see this, it said you waited till I did all of this for you. You waited till we got together, we got married, because in the beginning you never show the disrespect that you show when you actually get into marriage. Because you along for the ride. You happy with the situation that you're in, right? You doing those things that you think that a wife should do in the beginning. You cooking, you cleaning, you making sure you don't say too much. Because you don't want to ruin this. And then you get complacent. Just like the children of Israel. And it said they didn't regard the Most High no more. You didn't give them the same type of esteem that you gave in the beginning. You started to change things. You start to be a different woman because you're complacent. I got him now. Read verse 16.
Verse 16, they provoked them to jealousy with strange gods. With abominations provoked they him to anger. They sacrificed unto devils, not to Elohim, to Els whom they knew not, to new Els that came newly up.
Every other thing that popped up, we was doing. It wasn't even the same gods that we was used to. Any new God that came on the scene, oh yeah, let's rock with that. Oh man, let's get with that. It's the same thing in a marriage. Our picture of a marriage is laid out in the scriptures between the Most High and the children of Israel. You got when everything was going right, then you got when everything was going wrong. Children of Israel thought that the Most High was wrong in them for only giving them manna and quail, because they wanted to sit by the flesh pots and wanted to eat this and eat that, and right? So they went off. Then when they wasn't getting water at all, they went off. When they did this, they went off. You can't do that as a wife. It's your job to stay the course. Right? You know how they say, happy wife, happy life? How many agree with that? How many agree with happy wife, happy life? What's wrong with the saying happy wife, happy life? Huh? Yeah, I'm asking a genuine question. What's wrong with happy wife, happy life? Huh? It should be both? Yeah. Do you ever hear happy husband, happy life? You don't never hear that. Well, I've just coined a new phrase. Say it again.
Happy man, happy family.
Happy man, happy family. But you never hear that on the flip side with the man. Again, these lessons was never to show that the woman is inferior, but everybody got a position to play. The woman was put on the earth to be a what? A sufficient help to her husband. Like Proverbs 31 say, this woman been doing A all the way to Z for her husband. And he was doing everything for her because of it. When she did what she had to do, it made his job a lot easier. And he praised her and he boasted about her for it. But the way society got us fixed is that we got to do everything to cater to our wife, no matter what the outcome, no matter what happens. Now, you know you better do that for your woman. You know you better do that for your woman. You know you better do that for your woman. No matter how nasty she acts, no matter how this, how that, right? But it's never preached. I remember when I was growing up and I used to hear stuff like, if you don't cook for your husband, he gonna leave. I used to hear stuff like that. You know, if you don't cook for that man, he ain't gonna stay around long. You know, if you don't take care of that house, you know he ain't gonna stay around long. I used to hear this stuff growing up. And just so happened that these people that were saying that been together 30, 40, 50 years. Because it was never about, it's just me. Oh, girl, he better make sure he come in here and wash some dishes too. I ain't about to wash no dishes. It was never like that. Because that's not the role that was supposed to be played. Right? If you want your husband to do the things that he's supposed to do, you got to make sure that you're in a position doing the things that you're supposed to do. They go hand in hand. Right? Get Psalms chapter 10, verse 1. We got a couple more, then we're going to close up.
Book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 1. Why stand you afar off, O Yah? Why hide you yourself in times of trouble?
When the children of Israel went off, he said, I hide my face from you. Right? He divorced you. or put you away. Right? Why? Because she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do as a wife. They said, why are you hiding your face from us? What he said?
Why hide yourself from in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Let them be taken in the what?
In the devices that they have imagined.
That they have what?
Imagined.
And the stuff that you think about in your mind, you're going to get taken by it. You're going to get so consumed with you on your husband and skipping the water with you that you're going to start to make this equate to love. You're going to start to think that if you don't do this with me, you don't love me. Despite all of the other things that go on. Despite the fact that he provides. Despite the fact that he takes care of you. Despite the fact that he is shoulder for you to cry on. Despite all of that, because he won't skip in the water, he don't love you. You're going to get taken by your own thoughts, your own imagination. Right? It happens. I've seen it. I've heard it. Read on.
For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire.
The wicked do what?
Boasts of his heart's desire.
The wicked do what?
Boasts of his heart's desire.
This what I want? You gonna give me what I want because this what I want. This what I want. I want. Right? But that's not how it works. Like when couples argue, right? And they ask, Trav, well, how are we supposed to stop arguing? Why do we keep arguing like this, like that? Right? I gave the same advice that a brother gave to me. Well, instead of looking at what this person is not doing for you, or what they're doing to cause the issue, look and see what you're doing. Why he not doing this, and this for me? Well, is there anything that you're not doing that would cause him to not want to do that? Is there any way that you're talking to him that will cause him not to want to hold your hand? Is there any way that you acting towards him that'll make him not want to skip and walk through the water with you? Do you reflect on that? Or is it just constantly, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do this, you don't do that. You don't come to him and say, well, I know I don't be doing this, I know I don't do that. I know you asked me to do this, but you never do that. And that's something that you got to do. It's give and it's take in a marriage. It's not always take. And it shouldn't be always give. Anytime you got to look at yourself and say, well, I'm always doing this to try to make you happy. Right? It never should be that type of thing. It's a give and take. It's a marriage. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. Scripture said that no man ever hated himself. Right? Read on.
For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire, and bless the covetous, whom Yahuwah abhors. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not.
Hold on, wait. It says that he blessed the who?
For the wicked boasts in his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous, whom Yahuwah abhors.
So let me ask you a question. When you look on social media, when you look on TV, and say, this is something that I want for me, I gotta have that. Is that not coveted? Is it? I want that for me. Right? You causing yourself to want something that somebody else is dealing with. This is not even, before this, you wasn't even thinking about it. When the children of Israel was in captivity, they wasn't thinking about making a king over the children of Israel. They just wanted to get out. But now when we out, we know Pharaoh was the king. You know what I'm saying? We need to have that over Israel, right? It don't work like that. It's a give and take. Read on.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Elohim. Elohim is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Your judgments are far out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffs at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity.
All right, that's good on that. Ephesians chapter 5. Relationships are definitely a give and take. Ephesians 5 and 22. 21.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 21. Submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Elohim. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands, for as unto Yahuwah. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Mashiach is the head of the congregation, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, the assembly is subject unto Mashiach. So let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
What?
In everything.
Oh, man. That's a problem. But it's not, though. All right? When you hear be subject to your husband in everything, red flags go off like, what? No. Not everything. But you got to understand, if you got a righteous man, he's not going to make you do nothing that's outside of what he's supposed to have you do. Right? But as a wife, you have to oblige. It's a certain thing in a relationship that you should want to do for your mate. Right? It should never be a time where you're like, man, I'm not doing that for them. You should want to do. Right? Why is this woman in Proverbs 31 so eager to do all of this stuff for her husband? But then when we look outside of the Bible at women that read the Bible, we don't get the same picture. What is it that's blocking that part of you that wants to do for your household in the way that this woman in Proverbs 31 doing for her? Whatever that is that's stopping you from wanting to do it, whatever girlfriend that is, and tell you in a cult because you got to do this and that, you need to let her go. Whoever you dealing with that's making you think that what you're doing for your husband is slave work, they got to go. Whatever you watching on TV that will cause you to not want to do what the scriptures say in Proverbs 31, it got to go. Everything, like my father-in-law told me, everything that we deal with in our life, whether it's good or bad, deals with intake. Right? Even food, right? Down to you get sick and all that different type of stuff, it's intake. It's whatever you intake. Right? It's the same thing with your spirituality. It's the same thing with your walk. Everything that you're taking in is settling in and it's becoming a part of you. So if you're not taking in those things that you're supposed to have in order to make a successful marriage, you're not going to have a successful marriage. If you want to be the man in your relationship, you're not going to have a successful marriage. If you want the power and the authority of your husband, you're not going to have a successful relationship. But if everybody play their position, everybody is happy. We can't go wrong. The children of Israel do what the Most High say. The Most High is going to do what he said. It's simple. So with that, I say shalom. Okay. Yeah, you was out here. I see you straight up. Any questions, comments? Anybody? got some mixed comments on the chat today. I'm not even gonna say that. That right there was all out of whack. Any questions in here? None? Any scriptures about women that you want to go over, you don't agree with, you want to deal with, to get some clarity, anything? Nope? All right, y'all. Go ahead and do the book there. Yep, I'm good.
All right, real quick before we pray out. 'Cause I know after we pray, it's gonna get kind of loud. But next Friday, next week, 6th day, Friday is the first day of the gathering over the weekend. We're gonna be here, like spread across the building and in the parking lot, inside out type of thing. But we having a meet and greet fish fry for everybody that come into town. Starting next week Friday, Shabbat service will be on. I got to change the information on the itinerary. But Shabbat service next week will be at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. next week on James Cousin and Outer Drive. You know where everybody familiar with that area, James Cousin, where the live freeway cross Outer Drive. It's a cleaners right there on the corner. There's a cleaners on the one corner. There's a house on that corner. It's another office building, and then it's a church. It's a field in the church on the southeast corner. But it's on the northeast side of the live freeway. There's a hall there called Quite Nice. We're gonna be there next Shabbat, 11 a.m. And then we're going down to the African World Festival. So that's what we were offering for like the t-shirt deal, like how we normally do on that first day or on that Sunday for the gathering. And we normally do like the whole, everybody do the same shirt. But we were trying to be something just a little bit more uniform when we hit the street after Shabbat service next week. So it's being offered for anybody that would like to take advantage of that. We're gonna be taking orders. If you want a shirt, we can talk about price off once I shut this down. But just come up. I got my information here so I can give you all the info. But next week Shabbat service, we'll be there, and then on Sunday we will be at Lower Huron Metro Park at hold on, I'll tell y'all 1 second. Tell y'all the name of the shelter. Lower Huron Metro Park at L Woods West Shelter. So all of this information is available online. You can go on eventbrite.com and look up Hebrew Gathering 2017, and the information is listed there. You can go on the Facebook page, the Hebrew Gathering Detroit 2017, and the information as well as like the pictures of the itinerary and the shirts that we offering are listed there. But I just want to let everybody know before we broke up and then everybody didn't hear this information clearly. So just so you know, don't show up here. We won't be here on Shabbat. We will be here Friday though. Like I think we should get started like around 6 p.m. and we'll be here. So everybody is, what'd you say? Okay. Everybody is welcome to come out. Everybody is welcome to come out. There is a small fee for the gathering. It's $20 for all adults. That's ages 13 and up, and that's basically just to cover the cost of food and expenses. Ain't nobody getting no money. That's what it's for. So everybody can eat, and we can have a place to fellowship. think that's it. Did I miss anything? Go ahead.
That's per person, per family.
That's per adult. Per adult. Children are absolutely free. 13 to adulthood, $20. $20. And if you I know a lot of us are entrepreneurs. If you have products that you want to sell, if you have any type of anything that you would like to sell or that will be offered for purchase, it'll be offered. I mean, you'll be able to do that at the park that next day, and there's a small fee that come along with that too. But that's just for the space and all that stuff. Again, to help cover expenses. So, do anybody have any questions about that? Anything at all? If you have any questions, just ask me, ask anybody up here. We let you know whatever if you need any information. But yeah, we hope to see everybody there. Hope to see everybody there that's that tuned in. If you can make it and come into town, we'll be there. And we'll be down at the African World Festival, passing our literature, talking to the people like how we normally do in the streets. So that's it. We're gonna go ahead and pray out. Father, Yah, we come before you once again, Father, asking, Father, that you would open up your ear unto the words and the voice of your people, Father. We stand here, Father, before you on one accord, Father, asking, Father, that you would just look upon us, Father, remove anything that's unlike you, Father. Cleanse us, Father, make us whole. Once again, Father, we give thanks for the remission of sins, Father, for allowing us the opportunity to be reconciled back unto you. Father, we thank you for the sacrifice that was made, Father, for the blood that was shed, so that we can be reconnected, Father, back unto you. You chose us, and we thank you right now for your unmerited mercy, Father. We ask, Father, that you would continue to lead us, Father, be a light unto our path, Father, that you would order our steps, Father, continue to help us grow as husbands and as wives, Father, as people, as your sons and your daughters, Father, as parents and as children as well. That you would help us to be diligent unto your word in all things, Father. That you would open up the hearts and the minds of your people to be attentive unto your word, Father. That you would remove any stumbling block from before us, Father. Any attempt to come against your word, Father, to hinder your word from going forth, Father. We pray that you would provide the increase right now, Father, the seed that was planted. We pray that it would continue to be watered by your word, Father, that it would grow into something mighty, Father, that we would be able to grow through it, Father, and continue in your word, diligent unto your commandments and obedient, Father, in all things. Father, we just want to say thank you. We pray that next week it be a wonderful occasion, Father, that everyone is able to come here and fellowship together, Father, and just understand that we all are of one nation, Father, and that things can be done in unity, Father, and decently in order. Father, all these things we pray and we give thanks. Bashem Yehowa, Bekaya Hoshua Hamashiach, Baruch HaKodesh. So be it. Avinu Shabbat Shemayim. Ikadosh. Shenka. Tabo. Makutka. Yeaseh. Ratzonka. Varek. Kasher. Nasha. Bashemayim. Tay Lanu. Hayom. Likim. Hikana. Uslak. Lanu. Eight. Hashmatenu. Kasher. Suki. Anaknu. Lashe, Ashmu, Lanu, Wa'al, Tabinu, Lede, Masak, Ki, In, Hasuladu, Mi, Harak, Ki, Lakak, Haman Lakak, Wahagibura, Wahatifere, Lome, Will I be? So be it.
So be it.
Boy, start speaking that Geechee group.
Did he leave?
And the guy mixed up with them.